What's up guys, Kid here. Welcome to the newest patch, which means new meta and new decks for us to play with. Okay, today I'm gonna bring you the Sylveon deck. Okay, it's not really the Sylveon EX, but the main character here is gonna be the normal Sylveon. Okay, you might ask, why is this better? Sylveon EX is great. Well, it's great because it's got a free professor's research effect, but well, it's the normal Sylveon that actually does all the damage. So, Evil Harmony, 40 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each evolution Pokemon on your bench. Okay, how can we get a lot of evolutions going? Sometimes it's really hard for us to draw those basic Pokemon plus evolutions. So that is why we have the Shrooms. So, Shiinotic is ridiculous, right? We all know it's so consistent, it's even played in the Solgaleo EX deck. So yeah, that deck is top tier because it's so consistent, which is why we're going to try and replicate that success right here. So Shiinotic is going to help bring you all the EVs you need and all the Sylveon EXs and normal normal Sylveons you need. Okay, at first, I did not put this Sylveon EX into the deck. All I had was 4 evolved Pokemon, right? Because if you... Okay, let's say this Sylveon is in front, it hits for 40 plus 90 damage, which is 130. Then it's already enough, right? You only need 4 evolved Pokemon. But actually, no. Imagine if your Sylveon gets knocked out. Then you need to quickly replace it, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna hit for 100 damage, which is great, but not ideal. So let's say if your Sylveon gets knocked out, next turn you get down another basic Pokemon, and then the next turn you build up back to 130 damage. So this is what you are going to do in this deck. The main idea is just flood the board and draw a ton of Pokemon with your Shiinotic and evolve everything. Then your Sylveon goes to town. And of course, sometimes in the middle, you can evolve into Sylveon EX to draw the 2 extra cards. So let's take a quick look at the deck profile. So we got the Grass type Morello because it's got 60 HP instead of 50. Shiinotic is great. Illuminate gets you set up. This deck is extremely consistent due to this ability. And then Sylveon EX with the new Happy Ribbon ability is essentially a free Professor's Research. So whenever you evolve this, it's going to ask you, do you want to use the effects of Happy Ribbon? And of course, why not? You draw 2 cards. Oh, and of course, this guy hits for 70 damage with 2 energy cards, which is not bad at all. It's not, Starmie level like 2 energy 90, but still. It does pack a punch. Then of course, the real damage dealer, normal Sylveon. 40 plus, if you have a full bench of evolved Pokemon, is going to help you hit really hard. You're gonna hit like a truck. 130 damage. And then this is the new the new EV that we're going to use. 1 energy, draw a card. Drawing a card makes your deck more consistent, and this is what this deck is all about. Consistency. The continuous steps EV might be great, but are you going to bank on a Hail Mary every time, or do you want the consistency? Oh, I pick consistency, so this EV is what we do. Of course, we got the new EV EX here. Okay. It serves as an extra EV, which you can evolve into, which is great. You want a ton of Sylveons on the board. And of course, you have to make sure that you have the attacking Sylveon, not the draw 2 card Sylveon, when you want to attack. Okay, we have X speed here, plus a leaf, simply because sometimes we do need to switch out, especially if we have the Shiinotic in front at the start of the game. So, when Shiinotic is in the Solgaleo deck, it's okay, because Solgaleo can move itself to the active spot. but not with Sylveon. So we do need some sort of plan to retreat our Shiinotic. So, X-Speed, obviously great. Sometimes they do not expect it. They think, oh, you're stuck with your Shiinotic, but then you X-Speed out with just 1 energy as the retreat cost, then you deal massive amounts of damage. And then, of course, to leave, we can directly switch out our Shiinotic. No problem at all. Okay, then another new card here, EV Back. Okay, I cannot stress enough how strong this card really is. So, first effect. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon that evolve from Eevee do plus 10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And another effect would be heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon that evolves from Eevee. The best thing about this is it's an item card. You might think, oh, it's just a Giovanni, right? Nobody plays Giovanni anymore, right? But nope, if it's an item, then it's actually great because you can stack them. So we have red in the deck. If your opponent is running an EX Pokemon, well, Sylveon is going to slap them for 130 plus red 150 plus 2 EV backs, 170 damage. A whooping 170 attack. That's how hard this EV can hit with 2 EV backs. So sometimes they don't really know how much damage you can deal. That is the beauty of it, right? This game is all about damage calculation. And if you can sneak in that 10 damage to take a KO, then sometimes you just win the game off that. And do not sleep on the second effect. Heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon that evolves from Eevee. So when you play this card, you can heal upwards of 60 damage in total because you have 3 EVs / EVEX in the deck. So it's kind of like a mini Iridar, right? And there we go. This is how great this card is in EV decks. And note that we only run 1 Pokeball, simply because this deck is already very consistent, and running multiple Pokeballs sometimes will clog up your hand a little too much. So I'm running just 1. Then 2 Professor's Researchers, and obviously the Cyrus and Sabrina combo. Yeah, these cards win you games. And the fact that you really thin out your deck as soon as possible means you always, well, actually most of the time, you're gonna have both Sabrina and Cyrus in your hand, and also the red. So a lot of win conditions will be in your hand during the mid game. When your opponent is still starting to draw their cards, you're already in the mid / late game. So this is how great this deck really is as an aggro deck. Yeah, it thins out the deck really fast, and it draws cards much faster than your opponent. This is the strength of this Sylveon deck. But without further ado, let's jump right into some games at the start of the season and see how great Sylveon really is. Okay, looks like we're playing against Stoutland Gallade, which I call Dog Gallade. Alright, so we're going first, but obviously, this deck thrives on being second. If you go second and you get the energy advantage, a lot of decks cannot keep up. But it's actually good here because we can showcase how it does if it goes first. So the little pup here is going to deal 20. I think Stoutland is just way too strong. I mean, Dog, too strong. It deals 20 damage per turn, and then when it evolves, it gets that really stupid restriction where you need 1 more energy to attack. Come on. Okay, they're spreading the board even better than us, so they got an extremely good start. But well, we do have our Shiinotic, no problemo. Give me another basic, nope. It's the Sylveon. But anyway, we could evolve here, but nope, I'm not gonna do that because I desperately need to draw cards. So we collect. Okay, not what we're looking for. We got all the late game cards, the win conditions, Red, Cyrus, Sabrina, already in the hand, but not enough basics. Come on. Oh man, our Eevee is dying, but we do get our research top deck. So let's illuminate first, see what we get. Okay, we do have the Eevee EX. Oh, I love this art so much. When I put it, I was so excited. Like, this is actually one of the better immersive cards, I would say. I mean, the Mewtwo one was exclusively good, but this one is not bad. If you got it, check it out. The animation looks sick. Okay, so now I guess I'm just gonna evolve and take out that doggy. Because I do deal 70 damage right now. Okay, let's throw down that Moralu. Because I do want to evolve my left side Eevee as soon as possible. That's why 2 Illuminates should get me there. And I do need to up my damage. I think if I could, I would definitely evolve it into the normal Sylveon instead of the EX here. So it seems like they don't got the Gallade just yet. That's why they're stalling with Lillipup. Otherwise, they would have just promoted that route, Rare Candy, and knocked me out. It's great because we do need one more turn, since we're behind on energy, to set up our left side Eevee. And now it's a Sylveon. So 2 Sylveons. So this full bench of evolved Pokemon is really sick. Look at this. Okay, I could go for one more Illuminate. That's going to... No, I don't think it's necessary just now. So let's go for the Evo Harmony. 130 damage. Look at that. A 1 prize Pokemon hitting for 130. You don't see that every day, right? And this is without any drawbacks. All you have to do is fill up the board with evolutions. Okay, now obviously they got the Rare Candy, otherwise they would have just conceded. So Gallade comes in here, takes out my precious Sylveon. And this is where we really need that extra evolution. So we put down our Eevee. Yeah, and the sad part is, this turn, we can only hit for 100 damage. But luckily we do have Sabrina, so we just win the game. Okay, I illuminated here because I forgot. Okay, I thought I had the Sylveon EX in the deck. I did not put it in just yet, but make sure you do. Okay, check out the start of the game. I mean, the start of this video. It's going to show you the whole deck profile. And of course, you can check out the left side. I have made the deck list there. Add the Sylveon EX. And Sabrina gives us the victory. Of course, you need that Sylveon EX because if something gets knocked out, then you need that extra evolved Pokemon to keep your damage up. So there we go. This is how Sylveon slaps people hard. And now, let's jump into some other games and see how great this Sylveon deck really is. And peace out, people. Oh, wait, don't forget to slap the button so hard and sub to the channel for free. Now for real. Peace out. So if you have enjoyed this deck, don't forget to slap left so hard just like your friends used to slap you when you were a naughty kid. And sub the channel for free for more awesome Pokemon Pockets content. Now peace out.